Now we will discuss key aspects of literature review. Literature review is totally different from annotated bibliography and abstract. Annotated bibliographies generally include bibliographical information with a precise summary of giving overview of the document or research paper. However, literature review involves details about research problems and conclusions given in the research document. On the other side, abstracting is another form of summarizing a research work for shortening understanding to reader. Abstracting is performed in data centers to intimate about subject matter of the research document but not including conclusion. So we can say that abstracting is also differ from literature review process. So the key aspects of the literature review may be understood as collection of primary resources like research papers, research reports, monographs, patent, standards and other primary data. The description, evaluation and integration of the material found in this collection. Now we will discuss a number of steps in writing literature review. Mongon-Raleigh and Helen suggest 8 steps for writing literature reviews based on research papers of Galvan J. on writing literature reviews, a guide for student behavior science. Review of literature is primary step building structure of a research. These 8 steps are: review citation style, finalize research topic and subtopic, identify the literature, analyze the literature, summarize the literature in table or concept map format, synthesize the literature prior to writing the review, and the last one is developing a coherent essay. The first step of literature review is to understand citation style to be used for citing information resources. Before starting literature review, reviewer has to decide the citation manual to be used. A number of citation manuals have been used for writing bibliographical information of the research papers. For example, APA style, MLA style, Chicago manual, Blue Book, Oscola and many more. You will get more about the citation manuals and citation style in the module citation under research methodology. The next important step under the literature review is to finalize research topic and its subtopic. It helps in understanding the subject areas on which literature has to be collected. Topic and subtopics must be selected carefully for tracing right direction of the research. And the next step in reviewing of literature is identify the literature. This is the most tedious task in literature review. After finalization of research topic and subtopic, reviewer has to collect literature from various sources of information. Primary information recorded in the form of academic articles, research reports, research thesis, government documents, trend review reports, patent and standard documents, monograph, unpublished literatures, letters, memoirs, biographies and autobiographies and other relevant documents are to be explored for matching subject areas of the research. Search of primary sources begin with exploring secondary and tertiary sources of information, which gives ways and directions for pinpointed primary resources. Analysis the literature collected is the next step, where all literature collected in the form of research papers or else has been overviewed with a motive to classify the literature on the basis of subtopics of the research. Literature is further grouped in various sections and keeps separately for better classification of all subtopics. During analysis process, reviewer must be concentrate on various notes like decision on format of the notes to the review literature, defining keywords or terms, selection of statistics or quotes in the literature to be included in introductory part of research, considering strength and weakness mentioned in literature about your research area, identifying major trend or patterns of previous and current research trends, identification of gap and relation among previous studies, concentrate over reviewing literature strictly within the scope of research area, and finally evaluating reviews which are current and having broad coverage. The next step of literature review is to summarizing the literature collected and analyzes in tables or concept map for easy understanding and visualize. Galvan defines that a reviewer must take a serious note during summarizing the literature. He instructs that reviewers must formulate a table using MS Word or MS Excel having a number of columns to note 3 basic information, including definitions of key terms mentioned in the literature to be reviewed, research methods used in these literature, and summaries and outcome of the research results in these literatures. The table presented of the literature facilitates knowing various developmental issues of the research. It brings gap between researches on a similar field. It helps timely findings on the research topic chronologically. It is helpful in knowing a number of research methods used for the current research problem by various researchers, which results adopting possible manner for current research. Results of various researchers are easily compared, which help to formulate more accurate results. And the next step of literature review is synthesize the literature review prior to writing review. The step is just immediately a step of final writing of the review. Under this step, reviewers are advised to concentrate on purpose of the research, focusing on relevant key terms pertaining to current research work. Reviewers are advised to number of checklist. Galvan formulates such guidelines for synthesizing the literature prior to write reviews. He articulates the following steps. The reviewer must reorganize his or her notes on the basis of argument, recognizing literature notes on basis of subheading, planning to describing relevant theories in literature, and correlation of literature in planned way to be included in the study. Planning to present theories in the literature based on timeline and alphabetically. The next point he suggests is the planning to visualize conclusion and finding of previous studies, planning to include suggestions on the basis of theories and future prospects of the study, fleshing out primary outline drawn for starting research change with evidence based format arising out of literature table. The next step is writing the review. Galvan states the initiation process for writing the review based on literature collected, analyzed, synthesized and tabled. He states, to identify the research problem with avoiding global statement, writing importance of review of literature and importance about studies to be reviewed, correctly counting of timeline of the studies included in reviewing of literature, identifying or best visualization of important study, clear-cut mentioning topic where research studies do not persist, and drawing the studies to where results were not persistent in past separately, and citing references pertaining to research study in review section only. Next and last step of literature review is developing a coherent essay. Finally, reviewer has enough organized content to write and shaped the literature in review in the current study. While developing a coherent essay, Galvan suggests including coverage and exclusion in the beginning of the literature review. Review must have proper heading and subheadings. A conclusion or finding must accompany in the word of the reviewer at the end of each review. It must be noted that the flow of writing of review must be correlated with previous and next review for best understanding of research work. Now, after getting through this module, you will get overview on various aspects of literature review. After going through this module, reader would be well acquainted with various type of literature review. Readers would get the purpose of literature review. Various steps to be considered in writing literature review have also been discussed in this unit. So after going through this module, you would be able to inculcate number of learning outcomes. I am repeating it again. Importance of literature review in research, feature of literature review, why literature review is included in a research with purpose of literature review, various types of method of collection of literature and presentation of literature review, key aspects of literature review, various steps to be considered while doing literature review. So students, I hope this module would definitely be useful for you, and I wish you all the best for your examination. Have a good day.